This weekend, the 42nd annual Kennedy Center honors celebrated music legends Earth, Wind, and Fire. The Jonas Brothers performed one of the band's many hit songs, Boogie Wonderland, during that tribute that will air this Sunday on CBS. CBS This Morning Saturday co-host Michelle Miller caught up with the 1970s supergroup on tour.
Good morning. Earth, Wind, and Fire got its name from the elements in the astrological chart of the band's founder, Maurice White. And though he died 3 years ago after complications from Parkinson's disease, the surviving members of the band are still inspiring audiences around the world. We met them at Northern California's Mountain Winery, where they continued to spread White's music and, more importantly, his spiritual message of unity to generations of fans. After nearly 50 years, Earth, Wind, and Fire still rehearses before every show. Don't you know the words by now?
That's what everybody says, but you can never not work on your craft. You're always working on it every day, you know, particularly the level we want to stay at.
And work in unison.
If rehearsal starts at 8 in the morning, I'm there at 7. If it starts at 10, I'm there at 9.
Everybody?
He is. Yeah. He is. That's true, he is. He'll be the first. He never met a stage he didn't like. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
You could say Verdine White grew up on stage. He was 19 when his half-brother Maurice White founded the group in 1970.
All of a sudden, he says, I'm bringing you to California.
And off you went.
Off I went.
Earth, Wind, and Fire would help define the soundtrack of early blaxploitation films. Come on, B. But when their first 2 albums for Warner Records failed to move up the charts, the original lineup disbanded, leaving just Maurice and Verdine.
I wasn't leaving my brother. I love my brother.
Right.
I wasn't.
You
leaving.
know,
I was gonna stick it out.
I had auditioned as a drummer.
That's right.
The brothers first drafted drummer Ralph Johnson, then singer Philip Bailey.
We went to Philip's house. Reese and I did. You know, I think it was on a Sunday night too.
You remember that detail? And you said?
Well, Reese talked to him and he said, I just want to be in the best band in the world.
How'd that turn out?
Well, we're here.
Maurice White approached the band's second act as a mission to broaden its appeal and better focus its message.
He wanted to deliver a message of hope and love and respect and raise the consciousness of the people. So each one of us was handpicked, you know, for this mission.
Would you call it a spiritual journey?
Most definitely.
And all of you were on board with it?
Absolutely.
That goes to another point, you know, there was no drugs or alcohol as part of your mission. I mean, as your scene, you lived clean when it came to your food.
Some of us did, some of us did. We can't tell that lie. There were people in the group who got high.
Okay.
And we got high. You
And
know,
there was some,
Maurice
there was
didn't.
some, no, Maurice was totally
smoked
clean.
a whole lot of weed.
There was some,
You know,
definitely some
we
experimentation
did. You know, no, we did.
going on, you know.
At what point did you start noticing the crossover taking place?
You know, you can't really put your finger on it, but, you know, a hit don't hurt you. You know, Shining Star pretty much just broke the door open.
Shining Star first topped Billboard's Hot 100 in 1975, and the hits kept coming.
It was just an electrical time where there was nothing that we could do that was wrong. It was just all hitting
right.
on all cylinders.
Though it would be years before he acknowledged his illness, Maurice's diagnosis of Parkinson's disease forced him from touring in 1994. He died in 2016.
We had to make a decision. Could we go on without Maurice? Would the audiences accept us without Maurice? So the 3 of us took it forward.
Mind you, don't forget now, that hole he had was huge. So we had to like really put it together, which we did. Verdine
White, Philip Bailey and Ralph Johnson continue their mission to bring music to the masses. And now this, when you see this, and they've seen that mission accomplished.
Wow.
More than 12 million people have watched this video on YouTube featuring Earth, Wind, and Fire fans of all ages and backgrounds. So what does that say to you?
It says that music is a powerful tool.
We are very blessed to be a part of something that was and is so well received around the world.
You'll be sitting in that audience at the Kennedy Center. The rainbow ribbon signifies cultural impact more than just music.
Yeah, it's more than just music.
You changed music and enriched the lives of generations to come.
Kind of gets back around to Maurice's intent from day one.
Yep, to render service to humanity.
And I'll be thinking about Reese a lot, you know. I'm thinking about him now. He left it in our hands, and he was proud of it, and he was proud of what we accomplished. So I'll be thinking about him, you know.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance to go see them in person, I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
Still amazing,
Oh,
man.
that song in September.
Yep, the best.
The best.
You can watch the Kennedy Center Honors this Sunday at 8, 7 Central here on CBS. We will be right back.
Yep.